adaptogens and adaptogenic mushrooms lately, and I have been loving them. A few months ago, I became obsessed with ashwagandha and decided that I wanted to start looking into more adaptogens and trying different stuff. And a few months ago, I found the wonder that is adaptogenic mushrooms. I ended up finding out about a brand called Four Sigmatic through the Mind Pump podcast that you guys know that I absolutely love. And they were kind enough to give me a little discount code for you guys for all of their products, since most of what I wanted to talk about are their products, since I'm like obsessed with them. The code is Fit and Nerdy. You get 15% off if you use it. And honestly, I'm just most excited to have this for myself so that I can get 15% off and so that I can use it to get presents for my mom and my brother, because I got them really hooked on it apparently. So we got some for my brother for Christmas, and my mom was telling me that he's like super into it now. So I know what I'm getting him for his birthday. I hope he doesn't watch this before I get him some. But before I get into all of these specific products and adaptogens that I've been loving, I want to talk about more generally what adaptogens are and how they function in the body and why I love them so much. There are quite a few scientific studies done about all of the stuff that I'm gonna talk about, but I would be here for like hours, maybe days, if I tried to go through all of the actual studies, so I'm just gonna cite them and link them down in the description. So adaptogens are naturally occurring non-toxic substances that can help protect your body from stress by stabilizing and optimizing a host of physiological functions. They increase body resistance to physically, chemically, or biological noxious factors, thereby having a normalizing effect on body functions and inflicting no harm. So the key terms here are stabilize, optimize, and normalize, and this is where adaptogens differ from something like stimulants or depressants. A stimulant like caffeine has a singular targeted purpose, and it will cause certain neurotransmitters to increase and certain neurotransmitters to decrease, and that is always the same no matter when or why or where you're taking it. Adaptogens, on the other hand, will bring certain levels up and certain levels down depending on the state that your body is in. So they adapt their healing properties to what specifically is needed to bring your body back to peak functionality. Because of the adaptive nature of adaptogens, they have a ton of positive effects on the body, including protecting your body from stress, which is so important because stress plays a huge role in like 90% of illnesses, minimizing fatigue and improving endurance and focus when fatigued, sustaining mental focus in general, and boosting energy and increasing physical endurance, boosting your immune system and protecting against disease, relieving symptoms of depression, improving your mood, restoring balance to the metabolic process, and promoting overall wellness. As I have said many times before, there are four main pillars of health. There is exercise, nutrition, sleep, and stress. So if one of those is out of whack, you are just majorly holding yourself back. So adaptogens are a fantastic tool to increase your overall health by balancing out your stress levels. A little bit of stress is okay, but when it's chronic, it can severely degrade your health. But what adaptogens do is regulate the release of stress hormones, adrenaline, and cortisol, which protects your adrenals and helps defend against the effects of stress on the body. And the stress reduction has been linked to upticks in physical and emotional well-being, and this comes without any sort of crash. There's still a lot of research to be done to determine exactly how adaptogens work, but one study showed that they work by increasing levels of HSP70, which is a protein in the body responsible for defending against physical and emotional stressors, as well as increasing tolerance to stress. Another study shows that adaptogens might actually decrease the circulation of cortisol in the body. So that is Adaptogens 101. Now for the part that you guys are all probably actually waiting for, my favorite adaptogens. Of course, I have to start with ashwagandha because I talk about it so much on here, and my favorite part about ashwagandha is its ability to reduce stress and promote restful sleep. So whenever I take it roughly before bed, I notice that I fall asleep much faster and my sleep is much more sound and restful. So that is by far my favorite thing that I've noticed from taking ashwagandha, but there are a ton of other cool properties that it has, and the coolest one is one that I actually just discovered while researching for this video, and that is the fact that it can actually promote muscle growth and loss of body fat. A few studies have shown that ashwagandha in combination with resistance training was actually able to help people increase their muscle mass and strength while shredding body fat at the same time, which is like not something that is really believed to be possible. Some other cool things are that it can reduce inflammation, it can reduce cholesterol and triglyceride levels, as well as a bunch of other awesome health benefits that I will link down the doobly-doo. So for a root, that's pretty darn cool. My favorite way to have ashwagandha is probably in that hot chocolate that I showed you at the beginning of this video, but really you can put it in pretty much anything. It's a pretty mild flavor, so I'll put it in smoothies sometimes, and like matcha lattes if I do that. The next adaptogen that I want to talk about is reishi, which is a mushroom. It has earned the name the Queen of Mushrooms and the Mushroom of Immortality. The biggest benefit of reishi that I want to talk about is kind of similar to ashwagandha. It's also supposed to help reduce stress and help you get a better sleep. And for me, this is something that's really important. Like, I kind of have my exercise and my nutrition locked down, but I can definitely improve in my sleep and stress stress categories. So incorporating reishi into my diet is something that I have been doing and will continue to do to promote better health. But reishi also does rightfully earn its name as the mushroom of immortality because studies have shown that it does extend longevity by boosting immune function, and it has an anti-tumor effect. It also promotes liver cell regeneration, so a study was able to show that it actually reversed some chemically induced liver damage. Reishi also has some super awesome neuroprotective properties, so it could potentially prevent or reverse some damage done in stuff like Alzheimer's or Huntington's or other neurodegenerative disorders. I'm the kind of person who's all about being fit and healthy when I'm 70. Like, the whole reason that I'm dedicating myself to this health and fitness journey is so that when I'm 70, I can be one of those people that's like super badass in the gym and like doesn't have a lot of health problems and is still living life to the fullest. Like that's my ultimate goal with all of this. So reishi is a great thing to add into my diet to help me achieve that. Last thing that I'm going to mention is that reishi has also been shown to increase oxygen utilization and lung capacity, which is great news for people with bronchitis and asthma, and also athletes, because you gotta be able to breathe properly to do the athlete thing, and it improves stamina. So if you're an endurance athlete, reishi might be a really good thing to look into for you. It has gotten really dark in here. I'm gonna turn a light on because this is not working. Okay, that's a little better other than the glare. I apologize for the glare. Also, my camera's running out of battery, so that's great. Anyway, back to reishi. My favorite way to consume reishi is in the Four Sigmatic hot cocoa packets that are literally hot cocoa with reishi. All you have to do is add one of these to like 3.5 ounces of water. So if you want to get the reishi and don't want to have to like have an entire drink to consume it, you can do that. Also, that's what I put in that mug right there. So you can also make my amazing hot chocolate drink. But if you're not really a chocolatey person or don't feel like having hot chocolate, they also have the just plain reishi mushroom elixir mix, which is reishi with like a few other flavors just to like make it palatable so that when you drink it, you're not just drinking straight reishi, because that would probably taste disgusting. The next mushroom is chaga, and chaga's main benefit is the ability to boost the immune system, and all adaptogens do this, but chaga is like the king of this. It's full of compounds that influence cell death among malfunctioning cells, and it was actually approved as an anti-cancer drug in Russia in 1955. It has compounds that help activate our immune cells or our macrophage defense systems, and it works on both the surface immune system and helps stimulate the deeper stem cells within bone marrow, which just like supercharges your ability to fight off diseases and things. So chaga is a great thing to take if you feel a cold coming on, or if you know that you're going to be in a situation where you would be more susceptible to getting sick. So if you know you're going to be in a high stress environment for a few weeks, or you know that like you're surrounded by a bunch of sick people, maybe take some chaga. Or you can just take it in general, because like it's an adaptogen and it's good for you. You don't have to just wait until when you're gonna get sick. One of my favorite ways that I ever consumed chaga was in an adaptogenic mocha smoothie. I used one of these. These are both Four Sigmatic mushroom coffee mix, and so I have a hair on it. That's great. Okay, it's coffee mix, and one of them has cordyceps and chaga, and the other has lion's mane and chaga. I don't remember which one I used in the smoothie, but they taste the same, so it doesn't really matter. But I put that in with a mocha protein powder and some cacao powder with like frozen bananas and plant milk, and probably some other things like nut butters and etc. and all the stuff that I put in smoothies, and that was just the most delicious thing ever, and it made me feel amazing, and it was great. So I will be sure to post that recipe sometime if you guys are interested. But also, if you don't want coffee, they also just have the plain chaga elixir mix, which is again chaga with a few other things to make it taste good, and it's all like natural ingredients. It's not like additives and flavorings and stuff. So since I just mentioned cordyceps and lion's mane in the two different coffees, I will talk about those next. Cordyceps' main benefits are twofold. The first is that it is a great way to increase energy and help your brain function a little bit better if you're fatigued, which is why it's great to pair with coffee. It helps offset the like stimulant and crash effects of the coffee. If you're a regular coffee drinker, this can be a fantastic substitute because you still get your coffee, but you also get all the amazing benefits of all the adaptogens. Or if you're a person who takes pre-workout, this could be a fantastic all-natural alternative because it does boost endurance, and it also has been shown to increase strength because it increases the body's production of ATP. Another huge benefit of cordyceps is that it is anti-aging because it improves the functionality of antioxidants as well as decreasing the effectiveness of other compounds that contribute to aging. So if you're like me, I want to be a 70-year-old who looks like they're 50, this is something that is great. And then with lion's mane, I'm just going to touch on what I think is the coolest property. Lion's mane can lead to neurogenesis because it contains compounds that regenerate the myelin of axons and nerves. So this could be a preventative treatment for Alzheimer's and muscular dystrophy and stuff like that. There's 2 different mice studies, and one of which they induced like brain abnormalities and brain malfunction, and then gave the mice lion's mane, and they were able to reverse it, which is freaking incredible. So Four Sigmatic has this in the plain elixir, the coffee that I already showed you, and then also in matcha, which is great because you know that I love matcha lattes with cacao because chocolate is life. Okay, this video is getting long and my camera is actually definitely going to die, so there's 2 more that I'm going to talk about really quick. One is astragalus. I always say that wrong. I think it's astragalus, and it is a root, not a mushroom, and I only recently started taking it, so I haven't been able to like fully experience its amazing benefits. But its key benefits are that it improves the immune response and increases energy levels. And this is all in addition to the benefits of taking adaptogens. My favorite way to have this one is to put it in hot chocolate, essentially like everything else, because I love chocolate. And the last one is maca, which is a root, and a lot of different people talk about this on YouTube, so I'm not going to go on about it for very long, but essentially it's an adaptogen, and its biggest benefit is the fact that it balances hormone levels, particularly estrogen. So if your estrogen is too high, it'll bring it down. If your estrogen is too low, it'll help bring it up. It also increases energy, so I like to put this in my smoothies in the morning, or if I have a nice morning hot chocolate or matcha latte, I will put it in there too. And that's it! I made it through the video without my camera dying. Yay! I hope you guys learned something, and I hope that if you were kind of skeptical about mushrooms before, you are now more inclined to try them. And if you do want to try any of the Four Sigmatic products, I do highly recommend them. Like, I love them. I am obsessed with them. They are fantastic. I have the discount code. It's Fit and Nerdy for 15% off, so definitely go check out their stuff. I think you guys will absolutely love everything. Okay, maybe not everything. Like, if you don't like matcha, you probably won't like matcha. Or if you don't like coffee, you won't like the coffee. But you'll like the adaptogenous. Let me know if you have any questions about adaptogens, and I will try my best to answer them in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out all of the articles that I cited if you're curious about anything. Please like this video if you liked a bunch of science and mushrooms and adaptogens and fun things, and share it with all of your mushroom-loving friends, and subscribe for more videos, and I will see ya very, very soon. Bye.